Welcome friends to the another session on digital electronics. In this session, we will be discussing about the binary codes. You will find that frequently we need to store our real life data into digital systems. And when this data is to be stored, it is stored in the form of binary codes. In this session, we will understand what are the binary codes, what is the necessity of using the binary codes, what are the different forms of binary codes, and in detail we will discuss two such codes. One is being called as a BCD code and another is the gray code. So friends, as you know that you are viewing this session on my YouTube channel, Learn with Prakash Khanade, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So let us first of all go for what we mean by the binary codes. You will find that in the real life, the data can be in variety of forms. You will find that the data can be in the form of text, the data can be in the form of number, the data can be in the form of image, or it can be sound, or it can be video also. Whenever we have some real world data, then this data has to be fed to the computer system through some device. And this device is being called as an input device. And the output of this device is connected to the computer system where the data can be stored. For example, if you are feeding the data such as text or number, then you can use the input device like keyboard. If you have an image or video, then in that case, you can use the device like digital camera. If you have the input data in the form of sound, then you can use the microphone as an input device. In computer, you will find that the real life data is stored in the form of groups, and these groups consist of only zeros and ones. So these are the binary groups, and these binary groups are being called as the binary codes. So you can say that the binary codes are the standards, and these standards are defined by the world standard organizations, and you will find that these standards are followed all over the world. For example, there are various standard organizations such as ISO, International Standard Organization, ANSI, American National Standard Institute, and IEEE, Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. So these are the world organizations, and these world organizations will define the standards for the input data. You will find that the input data can be in variety of types, and therefore depending upon the type of the data, there is a different standard. Therefore we have the different types of binary codes depending upon what type of the input data is. Now let us see some common types of binary codes or some common types of standards. Say whenever we have some alphanumeric data consisting of letters and numbers, then there are different codes available to store such data. For example, the code such as BCD code, ASCII code, EBCDIC code, Unicode, and Gray code are the more commonly used data formats or standards for storing the alphanumeric data. You will find that the BCD will stand for binary coded decimal, ASCII will stand for American Standard Code for Information Interchange, EBCDIC will stand for Extended Binary Code for Decimal Interchange, Unicode will stand for Universal Character Encoding, and Gray code is the name given against the scientist Gray. Whenever you have some image or photograph, then this image or photograph can be stored in the binary codes such as JPEG, GIF, PCX, and TIFF, where you will find that the JPEG will stand for Joint Photographic Expert Group, GIF will stand for Graphic Interchange Format, PCX will stand for Picture Exchange, and TIFF will stand for tagged image file format. Whenever you have some video recorded by using the digital camera, then this video can be stored in the format such as MPEG or QuickTime, where MPEG is the motion picture expert group format. Whenever you have some sound data, then the sound data can be stored in the formats such as Sound Blaster, WAV, or AU, where WAV is the waveform audio file format and AU, that will stand for the audio. So the first two letters of this word audio is being used as a format. In case of video, there is another type also that is being called as a QuickTime, and this QuickTime is mostly followed in case of Apple computers. Whenever you have some graphics or fonts, then the standards that are available for storing the graphics or fonts are the PostScript form, TrueType font, or PDF format, where PDF will stand for the portable document format. So these are the most commonly used standards or binary codes for the different types of data, out of which we are going to discuss in this session only the BCD code and Gray code. And maybe in the next session, we will discuss about the ASCII code. Now let us first of all go for the BCD code. BCD code, it will stand for binary coded decimal code. You will find that in this code, the decimal numbers such as the numbers from 0 to 9 can be converted into binary form. You will find that in this code, we will be using 4 binary bits for each decimal digit. Say for example, as shown in this table, for decimal 0, the BCD equivalent is 0000. For decimal 1, the BCD is 0001. For decimal 2, the BCD is 0010. For decimal 3, the BCD is 0011. For decimal 4, the BCD is 0100. For decimal 5, BCD is 0101. For decimal 6, the BCD is 0110. For decimal 7, the BCD is 0111. For decimal 8, the BCD is 1000. And for the decimal 9, the BCD is 1001. So every decimal digit can be represented by a 4-bit BCD code. You will find that this code is a weighted code. It means that the every digit that is being used in the BCD has certain weight, and this weight is in the form of 8, 4, 2, and 1. That is, the most significant bit in the BCD will have a weight of 8, then the next bit will have a weight of 4, then the next bit will have a weight of 2, and the least significant bit will have a weight of 1. You will find that if your decimal number contains more than one digit, then in such a case, we need to write the 4-bit BCD code for each individual decimal digit. Say for example, we have been given a decimal number 453. Now we can convert this decimal number into its BCD equivalent. And this conversion is actually very easy. You will find that what I will do is that for 4, I will write from this table 0100. Then for 5, I will write this BCD code 0101. And similarly for 3, I can write a BCD code 0011. So you will find that for 453, the BCD equivalent will be 0100, 0101, 0010. So from this example, you must have been understood that the binary number is different from the BCD number. You can easily compute the binary equivalent of 453, and it will be different from this number. Also, while computing the binary equivalent, we need to divide the decimal number by 2 successively. But in case of obtaining the BCD code, we need not to divide by anything. you simply refer to this table, and by referring this table, we can easily write the BCD equivalent code for any given decimal number. You will find that as far as the BCD code is concerned, these bit patterns such as 1010, 1011, 1100, 1101, 1110, and 1111 are not used because these patterns represents the decimal numbers such as 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And such patterns are not used in the BCD code. So the basic BCD code is only for the individual digits from 0 to 9. You will find that BCD code is still used. You will find that many calculators such as scientific calculators, financial calculators, or graphical calculators makes use of BCD code. Now it is possible that you can convert any BCD number into a corresponding equivalent binary number. As I told you that BCD number is different from the binary number. In such conversion, what we need to do is that first of all, we have to write a BCD code, and then we have to convert this BCD code into decimal number. And for such conversion, what we need to do is that we need to make the group of 4 binary bits. And for each group, you can write a corresponding decimal digit. After obtaining the decimal number, what you need to do is that you can convert this decimal number into binary equivalent. And we know how to convert a decimal number into binary. We can do it by successively dividing the decimal number by 2. Say for example, we have been given a BCD code 01000010, and now we want to obtain its decimal equivalent. So what I will do is that first of all, I will make the group of 4 binary bits. So I will start from the rightmost bit to the left side. And therefore the first group will be 0010 and the next group will be 0100. Now this 0100 will represent the decimal 4 and this 0010 will represent the decimal 2. Now after obtaining this decimal number 42, what I will do is that I will convert this decimal number into its binary equivalent. And while performing such conversion, what I will do is that I will successively divide this number by 2, and every time I will go on writing the remainders. And finally, you need to arrange these remainders in the reverse order to get the binary equivalent. So for the 42 decimal, you will find that the binary equivalent will be 101010. And therefore, for this BCD, the binary equivalent will be 101010. Now let us go for another code, and this code is being called as a gray code. So you can say that a gray code is a kind of a binary number system in which the 2 successive values will differ in only 1 bit. This code is being called as a gray code because this code was invented by the scientist Frank Gray in the USA in 1953. This code, you will find that it is also called as reflected binary code or RBC code. You will find that this is a non-weighted binary code. That is, in the gray code, every bit doesn't have any specific weight. You will find that this is a table in which we have shown the decimal numbers, the corresponding binary numbers, and the corresponding gray numbers. So when you take any 2 successive gray numbers and when you compare them, you will find that there is a difference of only 1 bit. Say for example, for this decimal 3, the gray code is being written as 0010. And for the decimal 4, this code is being written as 0110. So when you compare these 2 gray successive numbers, then you will find that this first bit is the same. There is change in the second bit, while third and fourth bit is the same. So there is change in only one bit. So this is valid for any two successive gray numbers. You will find that the gray code is very useful code and it is used in many applications. For example, when later on we will study the Karnaugh map for the simplification of Boolean equations, then you will find that in the Karnaugh map, we use the gray code. You will find that a gray code can be easily converted into a binary equivalent number, or a binary number can also be converted into a gray code. Now let us first of all see how a gray number can be converted into a binary equivalent. Suppose we have been given a gray code and we have been asked to convert this gray code into a binary equivalent. Now the first step that you need to perform is that the most significant bit, or MSB, of the gray code is the same as MSB of the binary. That is the first bit, which is the leftmost bit, that you have to write it as it is. Then you have to add this bit to the next bit, and you have to write the sum and you have to ignore the carry. So whenever you are adding this bit to the next bit, always you write only the sum bit, and if there is some carry generated, then that you have to ignore. Now you can add this sum bit to the next gray bit, and you can continue this process of diagonal addition until you reach to the rightmost bit or least significant bit. Now let us understand this process with some example. Suppose we have been given a gray number 1010, and now we want to obtain the binary equivalent of this gray number. Now initially I will write this number 1010. You will find that I will keep this one as it is, and now this one is being added into the next gray bit. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Now whatever the sum is there, if carry is generated, that is to be ignored. Now this 1 is again added into this 1. So 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1, but I will ignore the carry and I will write only sum. Now this 0 is again added to the next bit. 0 plus 0 is 0. Now already we have reached to the rightmost bit, and therefore we will stop the conversion. So you will find that the gray number 1010 is equal to binary 1100. Similarly, we can convert any given binary number into a gray code. And here also, in this conversion process, you will find that the first bit, that is the leftmost bit or the most significant bit of the binary, is to be kept as it is for the gray code. Then we will add this bit to the next bit of the binary number, and after addition we will get the sum and carry. So we have to write only sum bit and you have to ignore the carry. And this process we need to continue until we reach to the rightmost bit or the less significant bit. Let us understand this process with some example. Suppose we have been given a binary number 11101, and now we want to obtain its gray equivalent. As shown in this diagram, the first binary bit is the same as the gray bit. So 1 is being written as it is. Now I will add this 1 to the next bit 1. Now here there is no diagonal addition. Now whenever 1 is being added to the next bit, 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1. So ignore the carry and write 0. Now again this bit is being added into the next bit. 1 plus 1 is 0 with carry 1, ignore the carry. Then 1 plus 0 is 1. Then 0 plus 1 is 1. So you will find that the binary number 11101 will have a gray equivalent 10011. So hopefully friends, you have understood these binary codes. And in this session, as you find that we have studied the two different types of codes. The first one is the BCD code, and the second one is the gray code. And in our another session, we will go for the discussion of ASCII code. If you have any questions in relation with this, then you can write to me or you can ask these questions in our oral sessions. Thank you for viewing the session.